While deep inside the dungeon on the planet 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓, a group of mercenaries was startled by the sudden buzz of their communication device, notifying them of a new mission from the Mercenary Guild. The message contained a mission: retrieve a treasure chest from a small pirate encampment. One member of the group rose to their feet and declared their desire to embark on the quests solo. With a mechanical tone, another member of the group stood up and questioned, "Kemriz, are you positive about this?" With eagerness in her eyes, Kemriz looked at the SRO and replied, "It seems easy enough. I should be able to go do it and be back before night falls." Kemriz looked back down to the message, studying it intently as she delved deeper into the mission details. Inside the message, she learned about a pirate encampment that belonged to the scarlet-masked corsairs nearby. Inside the encampment, they discovered the remnants of an ancient civilization in ruins. According to the message, the mercenary guilds discovered an underground chamber below the ruins during their research. They believed a valuable treasure was hidden within this chamber, in the same room as the throne. Knowing the risks, Kemriz was undaunted and resolute in their decision to visit the pirate encampment. She assured them she would be perfectly fine on her own. Redpoint hesitatingly gave his consent and, encouraged by her fellow mercenaries, Kemriz started a solo adventure through the blistering desert to find the pirate camp. Finally reaching her destination, she came across two low-ranking pirates leisurely cooking meat over an open flame. They were dressed as the scarlet-masked corsairs, their pirate attire adorned in vibrant red hues, complete with a scarf that concealed part of their face. She decided to wait until they left, carefully strategizing her plan to infiltrate the encampment stealthily. Despite her intentions, things didn't go according to plan. One pirate made their way towards their tent, while another set off in her direction. As the pirate approached her, she scrambled to conceal herself in a nearby bush, but her movements caused a rustling that caught the pirate's attention. Intrigued, the pirate cautiously approached, straining to see what was moving in the bushes. Just as the pirate neared the bushes, Kemriz sprang into action, launching a surprise attack. The pirate was able to parry Kemriz's blow and retaliated, hitting her with her baton. Dazed for a moment, Kemriz narrowly evaded the pirate's assault and swiftly drove her jagged knife into their side. The pirate forcefully pushed her aside and lunged towards her, but Kemriz skillfully blocked the attack and retaliated with a lethal stab, causing the pirate to collapse lifelessly onto the ground. As she advanced towards the ruins where the underground chamber was concealed, Kemriz couldn't help but be intrigued by a conspicuous, oversized tent in the encampment. Yielding to her impulsive nature, she made the impromptu decision to veer off course. Sneaking up to the tent, she cautiously peered inside, her heart racing. When she looked inside the tent, she found a pirate captain diligently poring over a stack of documents on her desk. The captain dressed like their crewmates, but it was the armor and special patch that denoted their authority. As Kemriz looked around more, she noticed in the corner there was a bed and a chest tucked away. Growing bored, Kemriz made up her mind to leave. However, as she was leaving, she tripped on something and caught the attention of the pirate inside. The pirate captain burst out of the tent, causing Kemriz to instinctively start sprinting away, the sound of her footsteps echoing in the air. Dodging the pirate's bullets, Kemriz sprinted away with incredible speed, managing to avoid any serious injury except for a slight graze from a single bullet. With a sense of relief, Kemriz managed to shake off her pursuers and made a beeline for the ruins at the encampment. As she looked around the ruins, her eyes caught sight of a set of stairs leading down to a hidden chamber. Walking downstairs, she accidentally walked through a cobweb, feeling the delicate strands cling to her skin. As she looked around, she noticed layers of dust settled on every surface, suggesting that no one had ventured here in a long time. When she looked around, she noticed a throne room straight ahead, where she suspected the treasure awaited her. With determination in her eyes, she entered the throne room and meticulously combed through every inch of the space, her fingers tracing the ornate carvings on the walls. After a careful search, she finally spotted a discreet keyhole hidden on the back of the throne. Carefully, she produced her thieves' tools, ready to unlock the keyhole. To her dismay, she quickly realized that this keyhole was unpickable and demanded a unique key for access. Unable to pick the locked keyhole, she decided to explore the remaining unsearched rooms. As she entered one of the unexplored rooms, she found herself inside a bedroom. Kemriz's eyes were immediately drawn to the bed, which, despite being dirty, seemed to be well preserved. As she looked around, her eyes were immediately drawn to a fully filled bathtub and a small dresser, which ignited her curiosity. Making her way to the small dresser, she realized that it was tightly locked. Undeterred, she skillfully picked the lock and uncovered a pile of documents concealed within. As she read one of the documents, her brow furrowed in confusion. She could only make out a few words, leaving her puzzled. Seeking assistance, she messaged her team members, and 𝗦𝗢 promptly responded, unraveling the riddle and providing a solution. According to 𝗦𝗢, she needed to find a candle. She quickly scanned the room, her eyes searching for a candle, but found none. Undeterred, she made her way to another unexplored room. Inside the final unexplored room, she found herself in a kitchen adorned with a large table at its center, surrounded by chairs. As she looked around, her eyes fell upon a barrel, an oven, and a small cabinet clustered together on one side of the room, while a larger cabinet stood on the other side. When she glanced back at the oven, she spotted a solitary candle resting on its surface. As she inspected the candle more closely, she observed no unusual features. She attempted to shift its position, but it remained firmly fixed in place. No matter how hard she tried, the candle remained firmly rooted in place, unaffected by her efforts. Thinking more about it, she decided she might need to light it instead. Not having anything to light the candle, she decided to search for something to light it. Noticing that the smaller cabinet was within reach, she made up her mind to explore its contents. Discovering that the cabinet was locked, she skillfully picked the lock and uncovered a collection of matches. With a match in hand, she struck it against the rough surface, creating a small burst of light that illuminated the room as she lit the candle. The loud, grating sound of rocks grinding together caught her attention, causing her to immediately move towards the origin of the disturbance. Following the sound of the noise, she returned back to the throne room and found that a part of the wall had shifted and revealed a key. She took the key, its cool metal pressing against her palm, and walked with purpose to the throne. As she stood behind the throne, she carefully inserted the key into the keyhole and gave it a firm twist. The sound of the keyhole clicking echoed through the room, causing her heart to race. In a strange twist, both the key and the keyhole disappeared into thin air, while the throne next to her started to move quickly. With quick reflexes, she evaded the throne, narrowly escaping a collision. Upon closer inspection, she discovered a small hole in the floor beneath the throne, revealing a hidden chest. As she swiftly grabbed the chest, a trap sprung, releasing a cloud of toxic gas from the hole. dodging the poisonous gas, her agile movements saved her from the deadly trap. With her datapad in hand, she carefully photographed the small chest, double-checking that the image was clear before sending it to the mercenary guild. The message she received confirmed that the chest she had been searching for was indeed there. With excitement, she left the underground chamber and set off on her journey. Emerging from the underground chamber, Kemriz came face to face with the pirate captain and their lackey, who were standing before her. The pirate captain and their lackey brandished their guns, unleashing a barrage of bullets in her direction. Determined to escape unscathed, she skillfully evaded the bullet and embarked on a daring attempt to jump over the palisade fence surrounding the encampment. As she got to the fence, she mustered all her strength and leaped, only to collide forcefully with the barrier. With bullets whizzing past her, she made another desperate attempt to leap over the palisade fence. Failing to reach the top, she resorted to jamming her knife into the fence, wedging it tightly in a crevice. Summoning all her strength, she used the knife as a leverage to propel herself over the fence, sacrificing her beloved weapon in the process. After landing on the other side of the fence, she sprinted away, the sound of her footsteps echoing in the distance.